Hey, what's up? What's up, world? It's me, your girl Angela, and I am back. Yes, we are back, and we're not on doing life with Angela Page. I know we were supposed to be on there. So if you know anyone that's waiting for us to go on, make sure you go ahead and tag them. Let them know that we're on my regular page, Angela Lewis Warren. Go ahead right now and do me a favor. Share it, share it, share it, share it. And in the midst of sharing, make sure you're liking this video, although we just got started. So now, we just got through doing a segment with cooking with the cooking with Smokey, and now we're just doing a segment as far as me and my siblings. So many people had made comments as far as they like our bond, they like how we get along, they love the love that we have. They want to know how do we do it. And here's the thing, you guys, we are far from perfect. We don't pretend to be perfect. We go through issues. We have certain circumstances and things that we have to overcome. But the key is overcoming. This is my sister Mary. She like to say that there's always an underlying issue. This is my sister Sheila. She like to say look, see God in the people. So those things help us. And before we go on, I'm going to introduce my siblings to you. Some of you guys may know them, some of you don't. I'm going to go from oldest to the youngest. This is my oldest brother, Milton Lewis.
Hello.
He is the oldest. He's the first one that made my mama a mama. He is. This is my second oldest brother. He is the second child. This is Adolf.
Hello.
We call him not. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something before I go on. Yes, he's the cooking with Smokey, right? But you guys call him Adolf or Junior. I'm the one that called him Smokey. Okay. Now, if you want to say Smokey, when you're talking to him, make sure you put in cooking with Smokey. Because if you just flat out call him Smokey, I'm gonna have a problem with you. Okay. Just want to say that. Anyway, back to the segment. This is my sister Mary.
Hello.
This is Mary Lewis. You guys know she's a pastor. She is the one who taught me the value of being a woman. Not saying that my mom was absent, but she is the one that taught me some things as far as a woman and my value. Not only that, every time I wanted to fight somebody, she was with me. Yes, she was. And then this is the knee baby, the second oldest daughter. This is Sheila O'Brien. This is my very first best friend, you guys. Literally, I understood what it was to have a best friend through her. And she has taught me to see Christ in a person, not see themselves. I am Angela Lewis Warren, the baby out of five. You know, they say the best for last. Nevertheless, I am the baby out of five. I'm the one that teach you to be true to you in everything you do. Hello, family.
Hello.
Hey. Now, what we ain't gonna do on camera is act like we don't know how to act on camera. Okay. Now you guys see them with their phone. That's for two reasons. They're sharing, they're liking, they're commenting, and also they're going to be able to read the comments. So I hope you guys had already liked, shared, and comment, like, shared, and comment, like, shared, and comment. Let me try to share it on my brother page. It hasn't come up yet. But we'll make sure we get it on his page before the night is over with. You shared it on yours already? Okay. And so let me let Milton tell you a little bit about himself.
Hi, I'm Milton. I'm the oldest of the bunch. I love my siblings. I think we got a close Nick bond. We get along good. And over the years, we did have some problems, but we grow to love each other. Very close, and I'm so happy to be a part of that family. I tell them every day how much I love them.
He do, y'all.
I tell them every day how much I love them. I got a family that I would like to write a book on them one day.
Okay, for the write a book. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but he gonna write one. Okay, go ahead, Adolf.
Hi, I'm Adolf Lewis Jr. Known to you guys, cooking with Smokey. I'm the second oldest. Out of the five. Named after my dad. Have 4 kids, 6 grandkids, 3 and 3, and my beautiful wife Chandra Lewis.
How many kids you have, Milton?
I have 3.
Mm-hmm.
Labrente Contrell, and Milton Jr.
That's what you got 3, right? We're gonna stick with that. We're gonna stick with that number. Hey, we're gonna stick with that number.
Hi, I'm Mary Lewis. I'm one of the pastors at the Father Heart Christian Center. I am the third oldest to this beloved family that I love so dearly. I'm a mother of 5 grown children. I think I got 4 grands. I believe, yeah. I think I don't got 4 grands. And I love doing life with them. I could not imagine not having them in my life. And I thank God that He chooses us to be sisters and brothers.
Okay, so do me a favor, you guys. Give me some hearts. Make sure you can hear us clearly. If we're having any issues, please let us know. And we're gonna move right on to Sheila. What did it?
Oh, hi. I was trying to find the camera. Hey, I'm Sheila O'Brien, co-founder of the Father's Heart Christian Center with my amazing husband, Apostle Clive O'Brien. A lot of y'all know me from ministry, but quite a few of you guys are getting to know me. Although you have not seen me cook in a minute, let's not talk about that. But I am also known as the coach and the cook, and also your purpose coach, 3P purpose coach, where I teach you how to push beyond your past, pursue your dreams, so that you can prosper in all things. We are the parents to one 17-year-old girl child.
And I am the one and only Angela Lewis Warren, married to Woody Warren. I am a mother of 5. Really, I birthed 3, but I have 2 extra daughters, bonus children. So I love them dearly. So I tell you, I'm a mother of 5. I too am a minister, a life coach, and an author. I'm all that. I'm a host, a TV host. I'm all that. You're going to see me everywhere, honey. But I ain't nothing without that man called Woody, because, honey, he want to get these cameras together for y'all. So kudos to Woody. Give him some hearts. But we would be absolutely nothing without our parents. My father, Adolph Lewis, is deceased. He's been gone for 25 years, but we have our beautiful mother, Willie Lewis, who's still here, and we just celebrate her 80th birthday. She is the pillow that holds us together. She is our matriarch. She is the rock. She is the one who taught us how to cook, like you see everybody on the screen doing. Although we have learned some things on our own, we owe everything to her. We are who we are because she is our mother. Okay. And so we're going to go here with the questions. People have asked us, how is it that we're able to stay close? I think it was yesterday when we was being thankful. We all had our moments. I have not been close to Junior all my life. Junior is Ada. We call him Junior. Sheila is Diane. We call her Diane. You are not allowed to call her Diane.
Ever.
Her name is Sheila.
Ever.
But we call her Diane. Milton has always been called Milton, and Mary is Mary. We do call her by her middle name sometimes, which is Florence. It's okay. You can call her that.
Uncle Woody can call me Florence.
And Woody and Morgan.
No, Morgan
We'll
got
call you another name.
Yeah, don't get me.
Anyway, so people want to know how we stay close, and I wanted to share. We have not always been close. We have always had our issues. Let's take for me, Mary and I, for instance. We've always been pregnant round about the same time, but every time we got pregnant, you guys, I could not stand her. I wanted to fight her. I wanted to hit her with a broom. She would say mean things to me. She would be like, I was having a boy. She was like, the baby ain't real. She would say all kind of stuff to me. But in the midst of that, we always knew it was love. In the midst of that, she have always been there for me. But when we was young, Sheila and I would fight against the family. Like if they would fight O'Brien, they would fight me. They never really fight me, but if they hit O'Brien, they know they had to hit me too. I'm like, don't be hitting my sister.
If truth be told, if I fought one of y'all, I had to fight all of them. All of them, because I will whoop their tail.
Because you were the house bully.
Yeah.
She has been the house bully.
Listen, but one day, boy, I would tell y'all that story, they whooped me good. They whooped me to sleep.
And my mom could always tell when we was fighting. She would come home and say, Mary, you been fighting my children? Or she would say,
because I had that Springer cone and that curler in the bed with me, and I slept like this. Because I know I'm gonna tell you what whooped me the good that time. When I had beat y'all up, and this baby right here stuck behind me and hit me in the head with daddy's shoe. I was out. I didn't want to fight no more. You did. You hit me in the head with daddy's shoe. I was done fighting for that day.
And so what are we saying? We have fought. We have fought as siblings. We have disliked one another, but we always came back to each other because one thing my father taught us is that we had each other. We only needed each other. And so we was not allowed to have civil arriving. If my mom knew we fought each other, she would beat our butt. She would make us spend time together. My father, they just didn't stand for it. I see where family allow their children to say they don't like each other, allow their children not to have dealing with, disrespect each other. My mom and my father didn't stand for that. And I did the same thing with my family. There's a question on here is saying that what is the common bond? Let me find the question again. Hold on, I'm coming.
What is the common bond that keeps you close?
What is the common bond that keeps us going? That I feel like we all can answer that, but for me, it's our upbringing. It's the love that my mother and father instilled in us. I don't even want to say it was Christ because even though we went to church when we was young, we didn't have a relationship with God until we got older. So what you think, Mary?
I believe it was the love, and I believe is what we saw coming up over the years. And I can speak for myself when we used to go to Alabama, and I saw how the sisters and brothers got along, and how it was so important that they stayed together, that they showed love. And so, coming up, having children, that's what I want. And that's what our mom and dad instilled in us. My mama used to tell us, cats and dogs fight, sisters and brothers don't fight. And so we didn't have I want to say she didn't give us a choice. Like you couldn't go around and say, oh, she make me sick. And my mama said, you and that come out, and whoever makes you sick, come here. And we had to talk that thing out. We didn't go to bed with that,
Oh, we just slapped in the mouth.
Yeah, or you could say, oh, I hate you. You say you hate
you could never say that.
No, my mama, And so, and I believe, that was instilled in us. And not only was it instilled in us, we saw that. We saw the importance of a family and how to love each other. And then one thing about my mama taught us too, we stuck so good together. My mama used to say, if one fight, we all fight. And so we already knew from young on that we was twin toe down. But whatever you was going, we were gonna be about it.
What you think, Ada?
That's the same as her. Mom and dad didn't stand for that. Not sticking with each other. My dad used to tell us all the time, if you're 1,300,000 miles away from each other, still reach out and touch, whether it be by leather, phone, or whatever. Get back to what Angela said. We was close because every year during the summertime, the day after we got out of school, we was catching a Greyhound bus to Troy, Alabama. And we was there every summer until we got to be teenagers. We all had different jobs, making our decisions, stuff like that. And it taught us how to be close to each other. Because when we went to Alabama, sometimes we ain't have nobody but us five at certain stage. Now, we ain't got to get into all that, but that taught us to be close to each other. And then, like my sister said, my dad's family was all about love. Every year, summertime, we'd get together my dad kept a customized van. We'll fall out that van like we're the Mod Squad, and all our cousins will come running up there. And we grow close, and we still are like that. Like, yeah, we have our differences. Me and my brother fell out. Me and my sister don't fell out, whatever. But we still know if anything happened, come hell or high water, we're going to get to each other. So that's the main thing it is about, just loving your people and not being jealous. Ain't none of us jealous of the other person, no matter what you got or what you do. I had a heart attack on my 46th birthday. I woke up from having a stent put in me. That next morning, I smelled fried chicken. They had done with the Gladys and Whopper. I don't have a heart attack. My sister, my wife called my mom now, and all I can hear my mom say, we're on the way. And it looked like they was there that next hour or so. So just got to stay in touch. And then we was all raised in church. So, all them ministers, I know God. I know God, but I ain't gonna sit here.
You
and
know
tell-
God, right? You do.
I ain't gonna sit here and tell
I
them that.
love God.
I-
What's
you
wrong
know,
with you?
God is
You
awesome.
know, I know God. Now don't get it twisted. I know what my
You
I ain't had no 2 heart attacks and still here for
Come on
nothing.
now, all right?
You know, so but it's just like I tell people all the time, they tell me, look, you don't never be mad. Yeah, I'll be mad. But everybody ain't got to know I'm mad. It takes more energy to get mad than to be happy. So
What you
That's
got to
so
say,
true.
Milton?
Well, listen, I watch dysfunctional families all the time, and I learned
My brother said he watched dysfunctional families all the time.
Yeah, and you got to learn, hey, it's 5 of us, and I don't never want to go to bed and say I don't love each one of them.
You been crying?
Oh my God, do not
You
come on here and
You
start
better not
crying.
cry.
Let's just put this
No,
out
no,
here.
no,
No,
don't
I'm gonna
cry.
say that because you can't say that you're the less sensitive because the older you
No, I'm
get,
extremely sensitive.
yeah, you're sensitive now. So we are a crime family.
you cry all young.
Yeah. We
Okay.
listen.
But let
If
me
a
tell
commercial come on, I'm good for a good.
But let me
time.
tell you, we're gonna let O'Brien answer this question. Her opinion is what kept us bummed. But the truth be told, O'Brien and I cried the least. She cried the least. But these two right here cry more than anybody, and then Mary. And it all depends on the situation. This thing right here, you be like, Jesus good. She be like, oh yes, he really is.
No, the boys do cry the most.
They do,
Yeah,
they do,
yeah.
but you cry the most out of us girls.
Listen, I can't even. Sometimes I be talking to the children. They
It's
tell
true.
my mama, "You gonna cry?"
Yeah.
Because things just touch you, and I think we cry because we're so thankful.
Hold on
Yeah,
to that.
Yeah.
Hold on to that. So, what do you think of the bond that kept us together? What is that? The common ground.
And all of you have pretty much said it. We grew up in a community where it was volatile, scary. You have to remember, all of us was born early to middle 60s. And so the community that we lived in, we're from Sunland Park. Shout out to Sunland Park!
That's why we'll get
Shout
down
out
with
to
you.
Sunland
We'll
Park!
get down with you.
Fight
That's right.
fight or run one.
There was no fights or flights. You
That's
are the
right.
fights.
Fight,
You got to
Yeah.
tell
Yeah,
me.
we was not allowed to
No.
run from a fight, and we was not
Absolutely.
allowed to lose a fight. Ask the lady that's in the comment. Her name is Willie M. Lewis. If we
Absolutely.
won, if we lost the fight, she's like, "You lose, I'm gonna beat you."
Oh, I gotta
We was
tell
not
y'all by
allowed.
the time I got ran up from
Wait,
school.
wait,
But
wait,
anyway.
wait. Not ready. Not
No,
yet.
let me finish what I was gonna say.
Okay, finish.
So, like I said, we grew up in Sunland Park, and we didn't leave Sunland Park until we were teenagers. And so, in the area that we lived in, it was not a good area. So, my mom raised us to kind of be, by ourselves. We were not allowed outside if they were not home, and if she found out from a couple neighbors that she gave watch care over us while they were gone, she didn't care if they lied or not, which they didn't lie. We got our butt beat if she found out that we were outside when we were not supposed to. So we learned from an early age the importance of just depending on each other because we didn't have nobody else to depend on. We grew up in a neighborhood where discrimination and racism was very prevalent. I don't know if anybody remember the Raiders back then. Believe it or not, the Raiders have been around for many years. So we grew up in the city of Fort Lauderdale. And in the 60s, the city of Fort Lauderdale had very, very few Black police officers. As a matter of fact, we never saw any Black police officers in our neighborhood. We only saw white police officers. So we got harassed a lot. And so if my parents were not around, we were not allowed outside. Drugs and alcoholism and all of that. And so it forced us, thank God there was 5 of us, it forced us to build a bond. And like my brother said, soon as school was out, they did a little shopping for us and we were on the Greyhound bus, sometimes with my mama, sometimes the 5 of us by ourselves on the Greyhound bus. And she would, make sure that the driver watched out for us. And that's exactly what they did. And so we spend every single summer that there was a summer, or we spent the Thanksgiving holiday to the Christmas holiday. So I like to think that we grew up, and I'm sure they'll agree with me, we grew up in 2 different states.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up in Florida and we
In
also
Alabama.
grew up in Alabama.
We did.
So I still call Alabama home.
It is home.
Because I knew Alabama probably just as good as I
Or
knew,
better.
the Florida, Fort Lauderdale
Mhm.
area, because that's what we knew. And I heard somebody mention about us getting our butt beat. We had my mom's mother, God rest her beautiful soul. She, y'all don't know nothing about this. Some of y'all older people do, but some of y'all don't. We got our butt beat with a Peachtree
Mhm.
switch. And if we got into a fight with the other, one with the other, my grandmother, her name was Pinky Lewis, Pinky Carlisle, sorry, would take a branch, 2 branches, right,
Mhm.
Yeah.
off of that peach tree, and she would plait those branches. And then, but what she would do is she would take one branch and give those that was fighting a branch. We had to beat each other's tail with, am I lying, y'all?
That's true.
And when she
But
get
nobody
ready to
would
beat
beat
us,
you.
she would make us pick our own switch.
Yes. And she plait those switches and she tear her behind up. So we learned early on that fighting each other was not good.
Yeah.
It did not benefit us.
Yeah, one of the other things that I want to, I think makes a difference as far as our bond, is that we had a party for everything, right?
Yeah.
But when we had a party for everything, we
It
was
was just
not
the
allowed to
family.
invite anybody to our party. We trick or treat at home. We even made our kids trick or treat in the house. We had parties for everything. It does not matter. We had a party,
Yeah.
but when we had a party, my dad would say, "It's enough of y'all. Don't even need to invite
Don't
nobody."
invite no other.
Y'all
Don't
need to
invite
invite.
nobody.
So that's what he instilled in us. They all was born in Alabama. I was born in Florida, but I don't have the same memory. I'm not gonna say the same memory, but I don't have the same love.
Sentiments.
Yeah, sentiment
Because you were
to
younger.
Alabama. Not only that, I didn't feel the love from Alabama like you guys felt from Alabama. I mean, as I'm growing up, as I get older, I feel the love, but I didn't feel the love from my cousins like you guys did when I was growing up. But you talk about those things, you overcome those things, and things are getting better. But it is different, even though how you can be brought up in the same house, but experience different things. And so we experience some different things in life. We experience you have to treat everybody different, because although we would have the same mother and father, we all have different personality. Sheila have never given my mom a hard time. Milton barely selling gave my mom and father a hard time. I mean, Milton gave them trouble when he was 21. Y'all know he got a beating when he was 21 years old because he stayed out all night, but that ain't nothing. Mary got a beating when she was 35 and had 5 kids. Literally got a beating from my mom because she didn't show up for work and she wanted to hang out because she was tired of raising children. My mama told her to tell up. And so we all are different. Junior,
Well, I was 21 and had a curfew.
yeah. Junior had a mouth like never before. And I felt like my mom, and you ain't here, Merle. You can let me know whether or not I'm telling the truth or not. I felt like mama let Junior and Mary get away with so much.
What?
I did. I felt like they said whatever they wanted to say. I felt
I
like
went to school every day with a bus slip.
that's what you said, but I ain't never seen it.
Listen.
But wait, let me just say this. But I, on the other hand, gave my mom a lot of trouble from 15 to 18. And I owned up to that, to the point that when I had my daughter at 21 years old, I called my mom and apologized. I prayed, I cried. I said, forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Your mama don't never remember nothing. Blame it on her being 80. I don't know.
I think I
But
was
she
the
said
older-
LOL, she don't remember.
Oh, so
I
she
think
started
wink.
I think I'm the only one that went to work during school time and had to take my whole check to my mother.
No, you didn't.
I remember buying
you broke
eight.
the rule.
I remember buying 8-track tape.
That's why
You broke
Yes.
the rule.
And what you didn't do,
You didn't bring,
you didn't bring that check home.
Yeah.
In my mama's house, you brought the check home. You didn't spend out the check. You did wrong.
You spent the whole
You spent the
I didn't
whole
take the
check.
whole check.
Yeah, you spent the whole
I did
day
all
on
day.
that.
Yes, you did.
That brother Jungle was good though.
Yeah, it was good when it got out of that store too.
Right.
So let us tell this part. Go ahead.
Let me tell y'all about what he's talking about. We was a boombox kid. My brother
was in that time.
Era.
Yeah,
in that era.
Yeah.
My brother come down the sidewalk, had a double cassette player and an 8-track. He boom, Brother Johnson.
Strawberry letter 23.
I said, I know he ain't. And I ain't said nothing else. And there was this store called Bricks Department Store. My brother came home with that doggone boom box, and Mama said, "Where my got D money at?" I spent it. Mama said, "I know, God, D, well, you ain't spent my money." She put my brother in the car, took him back to the store, told the people for not selling, you shouldn't be selling a child. He said he's nothing like this anyhow. But see, my brother had to learn the hard way. My brother did get his last whooping at 20. He might be older than 20.
Nobody can tell a story better than I can. I'm 21
No,
years
he
old.
was 21.
I stayed out all night.
Because he had that black van.
Yeah, I did. And I stayed out. So my mama whooped me for not coming home. So
She didn't whoop you for not coming home. She whooped you because she was worried about you.
Yeah,
He didn't come.
I didn't come home. So
And
when I left
And what she put your clothes in?
in the garbage bag, I left. Okay, when I was going, so she asked my dad, "You seen Milton? You seen Milton?" He's like, "Why? Hell, you beat it." I ain't seen.
You know where he went?
I was gone. He was older because I was living in an apartment. He was older than 21.
Well, he was older.
wow.
He was grown. I know
He's
that.
grown.
He was grown. And so let me talk about this. Is my mom. We kids these days. The difference from my field is kids these days. We're so busy wanting to give our kids a better life that we don't raise them like our parents raised us.
Mhm.
We when we we all started working probably age 14. I know I did. How old were you?
I had my first job, I think I was 16.
Not to count Beta, because I did work with Beta, but I mean
Yeah.
literally had a job every day after school when I was 14. And even in that working, we had to give my mom.
You worked Beta?
Yeah, I did work Beta one
Yeah.
summer. Me and
Really?
Don. Me and
shit.
Don.
I
You didn't work
remember
Beta?
that.
I
Yeah,
remember
I
that.
did
Me
work
and Don.
Beta.
I never worked Beta.
Yeah, me and Don. Because I wanted to cheer. Plus, I was messing around with Boy.
Yeah,
Mom was
yeah,
sick of me.
you
She
were
made me
costing us every dime we didn't have.
Yeah, so I wanted to cheer. And so let's talk
We
about
don't
me
talk
counting
about
y'all money. Shut up,
We
Mary.
don't want to talk about that.
Anyway, we had to bring my mom our check. We had to pay her money out of our check. We got grown kids that don't pay rent, don't buy grocery, and then we're wondering why they can't stand on their own because we're so busy trying to give them a better life. But I really want to tell my mom, thank you for the way you raised us.
Exactly.
It's because of you that we can raise a
Exactly.
family. It's because of you that we're able to sustain.
You know, I'm not mad at your mom for all them butt whoopings.
I'm definitely
You know, we're not complaining. We definitely complained then, but we get it. We understand because you think to yourself as a kid, you know what? I'm only working maybe 20 hours a week. I can't work that many hours in school, and then you got a $75 check. Your mom's gonna take about 30 or 40 of that out of your check. And then when I was in high school, and I think she did this with all of us. I'm not sure about Angela, but my last year of high school, my mom
made you buy your prom dress.
Listen, she did not pay for anything. Everything. Your senior high school, you got a job, you take care of whatever you need to take care of. I literally, we literally paid for our own way, pictures, everything in our senior year. And so it's unfortunate, I would think to myself, before getting married, before having a child, and I'm sure they probably all did this because at that time we thought, oh my God, my mom was so strict. My mother was a disciplinarian in our house. Our daddy wasn't a disciplinarian in our house. Not that he let us get away with a lot of things, but when we got in trouble, the first thing he says is, I'm gonna tell your mama. I'm gonna tell your mama to beat your butt. He never spanked us, but he was that go-to person that if we were mad about something, we were upset about something. But one thing we loved about our daddy, and I think all of you guys sure can agree with this, is that he never ever went against my mama.
Never.
I don't care what it is. He could have been mad about something the way my mama handled it in our face, in front of us. He never, ever went against her. He was always on my mom's side about the way she disciplined us and about the way she handled us. Now, we got our butt beat right now today. Shout out to my mama because we love you to life. But, back then we had issues. We got our butt beat. You cannot beat a child and put welts on there. Now your tail going to jail. We didn't go to jail, but we went to the room.
And count
out.
And the five of us would go in the room and talk about our mama like a dog and count our welts. How many you got?
Yeah.
Look at all these welts on my.
You got more than me. You got more than me.
You got more welts, and then it seemed like my mama got tired when she got to me because I had the Holy Ghost very early. So it didn't take a whole lot for me to truly get the Holy Ghost.
We
I
know-
had the Holy Ghost
We
as a
know
kid.
you're gonna be preaching a long time.
Child,
See,
Jesus was with me when it came to them whipping.
So my mama beat us like we came into this world.
Yeah. Yeah.
She beat from the oldest to the baby.
Yes.
Oh, glory. Hallelujah.
Diane,
Thank you, God.
Diane would be shouting before mama got to
That's
her.
it.
And let me tell you something.
I had
Back
to get
then,
my Jesus on
back
early.
then, back then, my mama was one of the whoopers that take a break while she whooping you.
And talk to you. while
And
you
talk
do it.
Oh, she sit down on the chair.
So we know we was gonna get a whooping because she wake all us up on a Saturday morning, and she call us by our full name, Mr. Lewis, and I'm little Junior, Mary Florence Lewis, and so on and so on. Like, oh Lord, we finna get a whooping. She gonna all that stuff gonna marinate in mama's mind the whole week until it come out, and she would beat us in front of the window where everybody can see us.
Okay, we ain't gonna talk about that part. Anyway, guess
But it
what?
brought us up right.
We got beat.
Let me say this. I believe, because I was 50 years old when I wrote my mama a letter on Facebook telling her how much I appreciate her for every lick she gave me, because it made me the woman that I am today and able to raise 5 children as a single parent. It was because of her, what she instilled in us. And my mom instilled love in each and every one of us. And when we talk about that, my daddy would say we was enough. We was enough for each other. Right now, today, we're still enough for each other. We thank God for the ones that have husbands, that have wife, men, mother, we down with that. But nevertheless, we thank God for what they did, because it allowed us to raise a family with such amazing love, and we could sit with each other as elders and love each other still. And do we have difference? And people, say sometimes they look at us and they say that it's fake. There's nothing fake about our family.
No.
We are not fake people, and so we would never pretend to have this kind of love that you see from us. Do we have disagreement? Yes, we do, like any other family. But I'm not going to call nobody from the outside and talk about them. If I'm mad at my brother, I'm going to call my sisters. Listen, I ain't never called my brother, and I never said that I'm mad at my sister to my brother, because we ain't like that. You see these 3 right here? When we mad at each other, we talk about that thing. Sometimes we get a little booster. She hurt my feeling. And this one right here, I'll text you, but I don't like what you said. Well, what did I say? Y'all know how I talk. What did I say? I said, oh, girl, but you hurt my feeling. And I'll go right on and she'll say, but you hurt my feeling. Then okay, I know what she's looking for. I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings.
I want you to apologize.
She want me to apologize because I'm the one I the one got the mouth. And sometimes I do. I talk too much. I do it with my children. I talk too much. But there's not a night. This man right here, he loved me. When I tell you he loved me, he see about me.
No, she's
but
spoiled right.
Listen,
He fixed her plate. He carried her purse.
But not only him, her mom does too.
Yeah.
She your mom right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your
that's
mama.
my baby.
Your mom.
Yeah.
Your mama do everything. Your mom be like, Mary, I gotta cook for Mary today. Your mom be like, oh, it's raining. I don't want Mary to catch the live. Child, I
It's
can't.
but somebody walk her home.
Yes. Can you go turn her lights on? Before
I
she
live
get
right
home?
next door to my mom, and they walk me home. But listen, at least 3 times out the week, I'm mad at him, and he spoiled me rotten. And then he'll say, Princess, are you mad at me? I said, no, but you get on my nerve.
Yeah.
But we don't let and it's nothing. Sometimes I know I could be overpowering to all of them.
Yeah. You said something? I'm sorry.
Whitney called us petty. Can I go back to something real quick? Again, I want to just tell my mom, what we're talking about is the past and it's days gone by. We are in no way trying to make our mom look like she was a bad person. Let me just say that.
You are the best mom you have.
Absolutely. And let me just say that because my mother is no different from any other mother that was raised in that era, that had that same upbringing in the deep South, the way my mom was born and raised in Troy, Alabama.
Keep you out of trouble.
And had the same upbringing that her mama gave her, that she did to us. And if truth be told, some of us did that to our children.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Our children turned out very, very well.
Yeah.
Hold on, back up a minute. What that finger was? I sure did. I did. I thought you had that finger.
I did.
Well, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So this is a testament to the amazing person that she was
It-
and that
is.
she still is.
Mhm.
yeah.
And although we laugh about it now, not one child looking at us right now would say, if you grew up during that time, that they enjoy getting, they want
Chastised.
whoopings, spankings, beatings, whatever from their parents. But I guarantee you're better off for the way you were brought up then compared to the way kids are being brought up today.
You know, I
definitely.
love that. I'm so glad you said that. And my oldest son, he's online today. And it's just maybe a couple months ago, we came to Atlanta and visit. And I used to think that he felt like he was not loved. But he came to us and he was like, I tell people all the time, I'm thankful for the way my mom raised me.
Mhm.
Because he know it came from a loving place. And so that's what everything she did, it came from a loving place. Nobody was clean like us. Nobody had new outfits for Easter 2 weeks. She would get us clothes for Easter, then she would get us clothes to hang out after Easter. She's the one who taught us just because we don't feel good does not mean we don't have to look good. She have taught us to take pride in ourselves, do our hair, put our makeup on. She have taught us so much. And again, like we say, we're only who we are because of her. The question
Both of
is,
them.
we have never been separated as a family. I take that back. Adolph lived in Alabama for a year to 2 years by himself because he was sick for asthma. As far as my mom giving us up or letting somebody else raise us, never that. As far as my dad not being in our life, never that. He used to always tell my mom, if you leave me, don't leave you can't
Don't
take my children.
children.
And my mom would be like, so-and-so, these my children. And so we've never been separated except for him having to go to Alabama for a couple of years as far as being sick with asthma. As far as whether or not we ever wore winter clothes in the summer, no, we never done that. We didn't even know that we was poor, you
We did
guys.
not.
We did not know
We
we
did.
was poor. So
In fact, we really thought we was rich.
we
No.
did.
Let us
The
tell it.
neighborhood
We
that
were the
we were
richest. We were the richest
Rich
house in the
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
Okay.
We really thought we was rich. We didn't. My mama said we was poor, and we didn't even know we was poor.
We know not my fault.
They never showed that, and I remember now. Listen, this is what made us really close. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, the 7 of
With
us,
7 people.
including my mom and dad.
One
We
bathroom.
lived in 2-bedroom apartment, and so the boy and my mom always made a way because the boys slept on the sofa couch in the living
Sofa
room,
bed.
and the girls we shared a bunk bed, right?
3
And
beds.
this how rich we was. We had a deep freezer
Full of food.
in our bedroom.
Did nobody tell you to tell that
Listen,
story?
but this how rich we was, and we didn't know because people thought we were poor, but we weren't poor. And so I don't know if y'all remember the farm store. And so my daddy didn't buy 1 gallon. We had 2-3 gallons of ice cream. And so I used to wake them up and say, y'all want ice cream? And they will follow suit with whatever I say. I say, y'all want ice cream? And they talk about, we ain't got no spoon. I said, we don't. And they'll be in there scooping our ice cream. And they said, we gonna get caught. I said, no, we ain't. I lick my fingers and I smooth the ice cream.
She has been a greedy one from day one.
But all my life, I always try to take care of them.
Hey, let me tell you something. And she always, like my sister Sheila said, she always been a greedy one. That girl, if you put it down, you can forget about it. She was so greedy. One time she was sick and couldn't smell. She thought we had some blue Kool-Aid on
No,
the
green
table.
Kool-Aid.
Green
Green Kool-Aid.
Guess what it was?
Bleach.
And I dropped it.
And she drunk bleach, Jack. And if you put something, until she was up to a teenager, when we had our own job buying our own stuff. If you put it in the refrigerator, Mary came home and saw, oh, that's a wrap, baby.
I'm like, hey,
My daddy worked long
A lot.
hours. Long
A
hours.
lot.
He worked in the sun. And my mom would always put my dad food away. This
In
one
the oven.
would go and be eating his food. And when he came home, he'd be like, Mary, baby, you ate that food. And she'd be like,
but he was so good with it.
he'd be good and hungry, Mary.
Listen, he was saying to me, he said, Mary Flowers, mama didn't leave that on me. And I couldn't lie. And I said, yes, sir. He said, baby, what, did you eat that meat? I said, yes, sir. He said, now, baby, you know I'm going to tell Mama. And she will wrap me out of there. And she left him 4 pork chops. In the course of a day, I don't think everyone, mind you, I don't have my dinner. And she gonna give me the most, because if she said anybody want more, and these two 9 times out of 10, they ain't finish their food, so I'm gonna finish their food. And I don't ate my dinner. If I can change anything about my childhood, I would eat my daddy's food. No.
I remember Mary used to steal our food, and she was so brazen about it. Is that Mary was like a thief. Mary was that thief that came in your house while you were still in the kitchen cooking, and would take your stuff. And so I have cookies or potato chips or whatever the case may be. She just run up and snatch my food and start running. So what I started doing was, I had a pretty good swing. So if I was eating some cookies and I saw her coming, no matter how bad I wanted those cookies, I threw those cookies on top of the house. On top of the apartment complex.
Tell me about that hot dog.
Tell about you. Then Mama beat you for that.
Yeah, Mama beat me because I got tired of her stealing my stuff.
Now, I wasn't stealing at that time.
No, you was snatching it.
No, I was snatching it.
My mama beat her so good one time because she snatched Carla whole peach. She snatched Carla whole. The girl that used to live across the street, she snatched that girl peach and ate it. And that girl was like, Miss Mom, I'ma tell her.
She said she had enough.
Mary,
I had enough of you.
But you know, I think it's so funny though that with her, you know, all of us, let's truth be told, I think Mary and I are probably the most greedy now out of the bunch, right?
I don't know why you had to even think about that.
I was gonna say, I don't think
you look like you had to think about it.
No, say I don't think that you're greedy.
Yeah, because all y'all greedy. And
I'm the greediest, right?
But you're the greediest.
No, both of y'all greedy.
No, Mary is greedier than I am. But this is what
Mary,
I was gonna say.
you are
You're
greedy. You are.
I'm not greedy. I love food.
Well, we both do. They
I
all
do
love
too.
food.
All of
Truth be
us love
told,
food, but Mary, you the greedy.
Me and Milton are the least greedy.
Yeah,
but
that's
Milton do eat a lot now, you know.
Milton is
Milton
a
play,
snatcher.
yeah, he play with
Yeah,
food.
he eat
Milton,
a
I don't even like to
snacker.
save him food because he won't eat that.
I eat. My problem really is sweets. But lately, my problem can't be sweet as like they used to be. But my problem is sweet. But when I tell you that these saints right here,
Oh, I'm gonna eat.
them saints greedy.
I'm gonna eat. I don't care.
I like good food, and I don't really care about going out to eat anymore because now that I think I know how to cook, I'm going to critique everybody's food. So I'd rather cook my own food at my own home instead of going out to a restaurant now because I'm going to talk about it if it's not good. So that's just how I am. So I'd rather cook for myself and enjoy my own food.
Okay, so Mary, you was gonna tell the story as far as I spent all the money. How did y'all, when y'all was going?
Oh, this, you know, if we could have feel some kind of way, we could really about this right here. And this is why I could tell y'all we have such amazing love. Y'all know the SWAT shop, right? And my mom and daddy had 5 kids. And so during school time, now we always got school clothes. My mom and daddy never not bought us school clothes. And we would get 3, 4, 5 pairs of shoes. Maybe because we was getting for the SWAT shop. I don't know. But they did go to Zayre's. They went to Kmart. Woodco, Goodies Shoe Store, and Zayre's. I remember those.
None of those shoes.
But we didn't know about something called JCPenney or J. Barnes. We didn't know those stores. And so we don't know how she get to know them. And so this particular day it was time to go to school shopping. So she said to my daddy, she said, I ain't getting no clothes from the SWAT shop. And I think back then you got 2 pair of pants for $10 because we didn't dress like your average school. Listen, when we came to school, and anybody that went to high school with us can vouch for this, we was clean from our head to our toe. Listen, we wasn't missing a beat.
And we did the same thing for our kids.
And so we dressed the 9 when we go to school. But this girl was having a fit. And my daddy said, well, wait a minute, I got to save some money for Angie because she wants some Scorpio jeans.
I want some Jordan.
And my daddy couldn't sell.
Jordan and some Sassoon.
And yeah, I told my mama she wants some Scorpio jeans. Listen, our swap shop money got cut short because they had to go find J. Barnes or JCPenney's whatever she wanted. And so when
Mama said the 5 and 10 store. Remember that store?
listen, I know who clothes that come out the 5 and 10 store unless it was some underwear or a slip, because not this one. And so the extra money,
Never.
and 9 times out of 10, these boys would make sure she had. And I remember, and this is the good thing about my mom. When we did get a job, it's not that my mom and daddy needed our money, because mind you, my daddy did construction. He made good money. Him and my mom was able to pay our bills. But what she was teaching us the responsibility, and that you don't take your check and spend up your check and you don't have no money left. So what it taught us right now today, how to keep money, how to be able to pay your bills, because I don't care how much we splurge, them bills gonna be paid, you know. And so that was her whole goal. Not that she needed our money.
Yeah, because my daddy was making 30-some dollars an hour in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of money today.
Yeah.
Think about making that kind of money in the early 80s. Shoot, that's why we say that we were rich. Tell about that time during the Christmas holiday when this girl cried because she wanted them Cinderella. Wasn't them Cinderella slippers?
Yeah.
Everything she desired. And if my mom and daddy weren't trying to get it, we were sure trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
Because we know it wasn't gonna be a good day.
Yeah. I got banned from the house for a while. Remember?
Yeah, cause yeah.
Mama said our yellow dresses came from the 5 and 10 store.
And we still got it
We
right
still have
now.
those dresses today.
I remember one time where all of y'all bought me clothes. You used to work at Walmart on Woolco,
Mm-hmm.
and you bought me clothes. Everybody have always bought me clothes.
Because you
Like,
was the baby
I was
of
a
the
baby
bunch.
of that.
And then what my mom did, she gave us a responsibility. And you know, and that's how I raised my children. You know, you old enough now, you take care. And that's what I remember when I first got my job at Woolco. She said, I will no longer buy grocery bag. I won't buy your daddy's sandwich bag. I won't buy paper towel and aluminum foil. And every Thursday night I got home from work, I better make sure what I know that house needs, whether it be soap, all that. And she made sure, but it made us the people that we are today.
Yeah.
That we know that these are the necessity that you need in your house. And so that's all she was teaching us.
Yeah, she just taught us value of life.
Mm-hmm.
People think you gotta have a whole lot of money to survive. You don't have to have a whole lot of money. It's what you do with the money that you make. Because you can walk in me and my wife's house, and my wife is the breadwinner of our household right now. Always have been, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not gonna have no empty deep freezer, no refrigerator. And thank God I married a woman.
Because you
feel
should
the
hear
same
your
way.
mother.
When my wife
your
the
daddy.
same.
And your daddy.
And your
So we was taught, I don't know how to cook a little portion of stuff. Because it was 5 of us. When my mom, well, 7 total. When my mom was cooking and stuff, my mom used to cook 2 whole chicken for us to eat. And we would eat. And some of our friends would tell my mom, them children ain't hungry. They just eating because they see it. My dad said, that's what I work for. So, our values from my mama and my dad taught us life, period. How to survive. That money my mama took from us, she didn't take it from us. She just told you going to give me this, and that was it. She ain't taking that. Only one time she had to take it from somebody, that was milk, because he spent it on the radio. But it taught you how to do responsibility. And shoot, I think we was all, I think me and your senior year, we were driving a brand new Camaro.
No, we need you need
After that.
After that.
Yeah,
After
but we had fun in our childhood. It just taught us responsibility. If
And it
kids
taught
did
us-
us, if
and
kids
I
did
know-
that now, that'd be much better.
And the thing is, how do we get of our age and still love and adore each other so much today? Because we
have
went
fun.
through it
We went through some
together.
stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing in life that we have not went through it together.
Yep.
And so whatever experience we went through in life, we was there for each other. Just like he said, when he had that heart attack, listen, I don't know if y'all stopped by the job and picked me up or however, it looked like a matter of hours we was there. So we have always showed up for each other. You know, we have always been there. No matter what I go through in life, no matter how it may hurt me or shame me or just, I can always call on them and they'll give me a word, and first thing they'll say, Mary, we're here with you. You ain't alone. You ain't by yourself. This past 2.5 years of my life, being sick in my body, my family, my children have not missed a beat. Have been there every step of the way with me. And so that's what true love is.
Yeah.
You know, they have, no matter what we're going through, whether it be financial, we gonna come together. We gonna pull together. We gonna do whatever we have to, you know, to keep each other afloat, to support each other. That's who we are. I'm never gonna let somebody beat me supporting my sisters and brothers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be their top fan. I'm gonna be their cheerleader. I'm gonna be their bodyguard. I'm gonna be all that for them. Nobody gonna outlaw me when it come down to my sisters. My sisters have had friends that I was about to tear their necks off. Listen, honey, you'll never take my place. Am I lying, Angie? You'll never take my place in my sister and
Yeah,
brother life.
while we're talking, we're gonna have my brother-in-law come on in. My brother-in-law, Apostle Clyde, he's gonna just come on in. My brother-in-law gonna come on in, but
That's
yeah.
my man, y'all.
That's her man, y'all. I ain't mad at her, 'cause that's her man. That's our brother.
That's how I
And,
love
and so we have. I do believe, even with us being close, younger. Honestly, I do believe the last, I want to say the last 5 years, or maybe, no, we have become extremely close.
I
y'all.
think I would
think
say the last 2.5, 3
Yeah, we
years.
have become extremely close. We do have our issue. You know, people may think, well, I know there's been times when they wasn't together, but what you do know or should know is that there's never been a time that we didn't love each other. There never been, it's been time we don't agree with each other. Yes, there's been times when I felt like I wasn't supported by them. And it's been times when I felt like I was the least loved. Where I get that from, I don't know, because I dealt with rejection from somewhere down the line. Like I said, me being it could be me being the only one not born in Alabama. I was born in Fort Lauderdale. They was born in Alabama. It could be so many things, but if you're not willing to address those things, you'll get lost. And so the difference between us and most people is that my sister Mary loved to say, there is always an underlying issue. And I like to say, if you don't confront those things, those underlying issues, you can never change them. So we have learned in the family to change those things by talking about them. We have learned that, like she said, we don't sweep things up on the road. We may not talk to each other right away because we know we're angry or we're going to say the wrong things, but there's absolutely nothing that we don't talk about. I love how when my father passed away, how we came together. It was no bickering. It was no fighting against each other. Everybody just came together, and what we thought was best for my mom, we just did it because nobody was selfish. We knew at that time it wasn't about just us. It was about us as a whole. When my mom got sick, my brother flew from, whenever my mom is sick and my brother live in Georgia, he makes sure he get here. Whenever my brother is sick, I mean, like, not a cold, y'all. We ain't flying for no cold. But if he gets sick, we're there. If he get hospitalized, we're there. And that's what it's about. It's about being there for one another. I brought my brother-in-law on. My sister-in-law is here too, and we say sister-in-law. I call her auntie because I don't like calling her
She's
sister-in-law.
camera shy though, y'all.
But
She don't want to come on the camera.
Right, she's not going to come on. But I brought my brother-in-law on because he has a big family too, and he always say that my family made a difference to him. So I just wanted to hear from a point of view as far as him. What you need, Mary?
My person.
A point of view, how he feels, and how his outlook on the family. And so, y'all, hearts up for my brother-in-law, Clyde O'Brien. Oh yeah, Clyde O'Brien. Hello, Apostle. Let me tell you the story before he gets started. You know, because remember, this one was my best friend, right? So
Lord.
She was my best friend, and so I came first in her life. I don't care what man she dated. I don't care what friends she had. I came first in her life. I tell y'all the story all the time. She had money from the age of 18. She always had great jobs. She worked manager at McDonald's. Then she worked at American
high
Express.
school.
Then she worked for BSO. So she always made money, right? And so she bought clothes, and she didn't wear them.
Cars.
She didn't wear them, so I felt like they needed to be worn. So I would snatch the tag off them and wear them. And she'd be like, Angela, did you wear my clothes? I'd be like, I'm sorry. She's like, don't do it again, Angela. And I would do what? I would do it again. She would give me her credit card. I knew how to sign her name just like it was her. Am I lying?
Nope.
I would sign her name. And then all of a sudden it stopped. Why did it stop? Because she got a man. Even though I had a man, because I was married before her. But then she got a man. And then at that time, I was like, you got a man and he's Jamaican? And I was so mad at her to the point where I lived in North Carolina, y'all. I was making my husband move back to Fort Lauderdale because I wanted to see who she was marrying. And not only that, one time she was going to this church, and I was like, I need to go down to that church. I need to make sure she ain't
Both
no
of y'all.
I need to make sure not even I don't know why. I just felt overprotected for her. But nevertheless, it took us a while. You know, I tell you that we haven't always been close. We have our moments. Some of us are closer than others. At one point in time, we wasn't as close because you could say jealousy, or I didn't find my place in her anymore. But to God be the glory. God has brought us back to that closeness, back to that place. And not only that, he added to our life as far as a brother. I don't see him as an outsider, as an intruder that I used to see him as. I love him today. So welcome to the family.
Yeah, let me tell you about this part though before my husband take over. My first ring, bless my husband's heart. I love him so much. He did what he could. And so my first ring, it was the size of a pebble, right? Probably wasn't even bigger than the pebble.
I don't know what you
This little girl right here talking about, you need a magnifying glass to see that ring.
I did. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you
Forgive me.
did.
I didn't know. I don't
That's what she said. You need a magnifying glass to see that ring.
I'm so sorry.
And then she's talking about, you don't even know him. You could have married him and you just met him. He could be an axe murderer. She was just mad because her bang head ran dry.
No, O'Brien. I worked too, but at the same time, but just he came in. If I even told him, I was like, if you hurt her, I said, what I say? I'll walk hell.
No, they all did. Remember that meeting?
Hell.
No, I didn't give you.
You wasn't there.
No, you were at the meeting though, weren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Oh, you were at work.
I was working, and they kept saying,
Who was there? Just
Me.
you two?
Me.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
I was not there, but my daughter Ashley, I'll never forget. One night I don't know if y'all had church through the week, and she had came home, and she said, "Mama, I believe Auntie gonna marry Brother Clyde." So I'm like, "Who is Brother Clyde?" You know, because I work at night. And so she said, "Yeah, Mama, he tall and skinny, but I think he like Auntie Diane. I believe she gonna marry Brother Clyde." And so I think it took like 2 or 3 weeks before I even got to see who you was, you know. But I never felt no way, you know, because my thing is, okay, this what make her happy. But we had Sergeant Carter was taking care of, you know. I was like in the backdrop, you know. Let's see how it
I
goes.
had all kind of questions ain't impossible.
But 20 years later, it was
Almost 20 years later.
Stephanie, yes, Sheila and I, we shared a room when we moved from Sunland Park. When we moved from the Sunland Park area, my mom got us a house in
y'all still
where
share
we
the
at,
room
and we shared a room there. No, the three of us shared a room in Sunrise.
in Sunland. Yeah.
But she saying that she remembered O'Brien and I shared a room. We
In
did,
our house.
In our house. And
yeah.
Mary had her own room. And I had a problem with that. I was like, why she gotta have her own room, Daddy?
Listen, Daddy said because she the oldest. You said no, because she the biggest. She said, Daddy, she the biggest. That's why.
Oh my
Thank you for
God.
welcome, Apostle. Thank you for coming to the table. What did you have to say about the family?
No, I want to talk about that day when. But you know, the funny thing is, me and Ashley was always close.
Mhm.
Like on the day, so when she told you that, you know, Brother Clive, like I was like, you know, you think because I was trying to feel her, and I'm like, you think your auntie would?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So she's like, yeah, go for it. So Ashley actually gave me
The
the
go
go
ahead.
ahead to
Okay.
yeah. So shout out to you, Ashley. 'Cause- but
Mama said
so-
y'all cracking her up.
so I remember now, the first and only time that we dated right before we got married. So because our marriage, I believe that we've told us stories in other times. We met and got married in 6 weeks. But the day when I was gonna propose to her that day, and when we went to 450, no, Shooters.
Yeah, she was
Shooters.
on the beach.
So I was gonna take her on a date, and this was gonna be my one shot. And I was like, okay. I even called them and made preparation because I was gonna propose there. And I told her, I said, invite your family over. Remember? And, so That's all. I don't know wherever you guys were, and everybody came in because I was gonna do the proposal. But she told me, she said, "Meet me at my mama's house," and I'm like, "Why gotta meet you at your mama's house?"
Because he didn't know I had set that up.
So I parked up the block for like 10 minutes, and she like, "You there yet?" I'm like, I said, "Something's up," because I'm like, I'm waiting for her to show up, and she wouldn't show up. She like, "Just go inside," and I'm right there. Anyway, so when I went in, man, they had a round table with all the chairs set up and one chair sitting in the middle.
In the middle of the floor.
In the middle of the floor. And I walked in, and I think I said it to you because there was others, I don't remember exactly who were there. And I said, somebody close that door, because I'm like, man, they're going to eat me alive. So I said, this Jamaican ain't going down like that. So I said, I got to show a little boldness. I'm like, close the door because ain't none of y'all getting away.
He gonna try to turn the tables.
Absolutely, because that's what I know to do. But this one, she stepped in and we went.
We did.
We went in because she like, I don't like her. Like,
Why y'all set that up and I was at
I
work?
don't remember, but all I know is I
I thought you guys was all there.
And
I
then,
know Daddy was there.
and then the funny thing,
I mean, Daddy was there, yeah.
and then the funny thing is though, coming from a Jamaican background, it took me a while to understand American accent when you talk fast.
Especially Southerners.
So when she got upset, all I knew she was upset. I don't know half of what she said. I could tell by the expression of her face she was upset.
Let me
So
just say
she's
this.
talking smack and I'm talking back smack. And Milton was the one that stepped in and was like, all right, brother.
Let me just say real quick, for a long time, for several years, if y'all ever noticed that, and I'm telling you right now, Apostle, that if y'all said something to Apostle and he didn't answer, he just, it's because he didn't understand what you were saying. And then he would come back and say, babe, they were saying so-and-so to me, and I have no idea, because he could not understand the Southern accent. He didn't understand the slang. He didn't understand the lingo. So it took, he's
But
good now, but it took him a long time.
I still don't understand Uncle. Excuse me, I'm not supposed to call his name. He be saying something. He would tell no.
Don't be talking about my uncle.
But I still don't understand certain members in your family because it
It's
takes
the
a while
Southern accent.
for the ears to be trained to understand.
It's okay.
Like,
We don't
yeah.
understand some of the things you be saying too. So
We're good. Especially in church.
okay. But I'm gonna ask you, somebody had a question, but the difference between you grew up with what? How many siblings you have? 8?
It's 8 of us.
8, and we have 5. You're the baby?
I'm smack dead in the middle.
You smack that in the
It's
middle.
something about them middle kids. Something about them.
So how do you feel as far as the difference, as far as the upbringing?
It's my brother's on. My mom probably gonna be.
Okay, let me ask you this question: did you see a difference with the way we carried ourselves as far as how you carried yourself? Y'all carried yourselves?
Cultural differences too.
No, we had so much in common growing up from listening to you guys. I didn't grow up with the dad in the house, so it was just the mom. And so my older brothers, I had 3 older brothers that they took care of us. They were the one that did the whipping. My mom didn't.
Oh,
So I didn't grow up. Yeah, my mom, like if we do something wrong, she didn't even have the time for that. She would throw like shoes, an umbrella, whatever she got a hold of, she gonna throw it. And I believe that my mom should be a baseball pitcher because I swear she was able to throw the stuff and hit you when you turn that corner. Right at the point that you say that stuff go like this. She would throw the curveball.
Like a boomerang.
But
I tried to get
yeah.
that corner, that shoe said, whoop. Then that corner right along with me.
But my older brothers and my older sisters, they were the one that whooped us, and I didn't like that. So when I got like a teenager, I started fighting them back. So I got in a lot of fight with my siblings. But we were close. We grew close. And then as adults, we just kind of, yeah.
I like what you said.
Yeah.
They wasn't allowed to beat us. I don't think they was allowed to beat us, but what we were, we was brought up to listen to them. They were the oldest, so we had to listen to them.
Mhm.
They had a right to tell us what we should and should not do. And so that was a good thing as far as my mom did not, again, she just did not allow us to disrespect one another. And so that is a different. I feel like now kids talk to each other any kind of way. They don't have no respect for their loved one. I'm telling you, when my kids used to try to fight, I get in there at their butts. I appreciate that. You gotta love on each other, because if something happened to me, who you got? And so
And I think that's so important too. And I believe that's the key that hold us together right now today, in the way we reverence and respect each other. So, because early on we was taught that, and I taught that in my household. And Watchman Nee, that book, Spiritual Authority, came and put the icing on the cake. And I remember apologizing to my mom, to my brother, and reading that book, like you give honor where honor is due, that the authority over you. So, all that I might have said, I ain't listen to them, they gonna do what I tell them to do. No, know your place. And I think right now, that's what got us at this table, because we know our place with each other. We know how to respect each other. I had just said to the kids, because I was calling myself mad at him. And so I missed his 50th birthday. I could never get that back again. And now my daughter kept saying, Mama, you going tonight? You don't feel good? I said, yeah, I'm going. The reason being, time is so precious.
Yeah.
And so I would not miss this opportunity ever to be with my sisters and brothers. I don't care if I have to come crawling. And so we need that. We need to recognize the role that each one of us play. And I like even you and Woody and Chandra.
yeah.
We love y'all with amazing love, because Woody got my baby sister. These are my babies. And you got them, and I respect y'all, not only because you're my apostle, but the way you love and protect her. That ain't something somebody telling me, it's what I see, and I have saw it over the years with Chandra and Adolph, so that plays a lot. And not only that, how do we stay together as a family? Because we live the life. Our children is seeing that. Like this ain't no play. They love each other for real.
Yeah,
they take each other for real.
You guys have proven yourself,
Yeah.
and that's a lot. People you can't. Sometimes you automatically love each other. Sometimes you don't. For instance, O'Brien didn't like Woody when we first got married. I had an issue with you when you guys first got married, but it's only because of the situation or the relationship that we have with one another. We want to make sure that we was going to be taken care of. But you've proven yourself to us. Not that you had to.
You have
but
nothing to
it's
do.
been proven to us that you got her back. Auntie Chandra has proven that through sickness and whatever Adolph goes, she's there for me. And that's what makes you fall in love with you the more. And even in that, then we get the chance to see you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think she made me who I am. Because I can remember when we first at Rivers, I would hide these ladies' shoes.
Oh my God, he was so immature.
I was so immature.
But what those ladies be saying? I'm a stick by him.
That's my man.
That's my man. I'm a stick. I used to get on my nerves, but I'm a stick by him. That's
You want to be sure.
Early on, you realized that you had something to stick by.
Yeah.
There was, even in the immatureness, you knew that there was something good right there. And sometimes it take a little pruning.
Oh yeah.
You have to go through stuff. Even with Adolph baking a cake, he first your cakes all wasn't turning out right. We ain't see them bad cakes. But we see the good cakes over the years, over the time, and that's what y'all marriage has showed us. Like, so much so, I know what a good marriage looked like. I saw it when my mom and dad being married for so many years. My grandmother and her husband been married so many years. You guys, and so when I don't see what I think a good marriage should be, I'm out of that.
You're running.
I'm not going to invest. So many years, because I know what a good marriage, I know what the foundation of a good marriage, and not to say that marriage won't be hard work, but I know what a good foundation of a marriage is.
That's gonna be another segment we're gonna talk about.
Because it's important.
Let me ask you this question, because we've been on here forever in a day, but we're gonna come back again because I see you guys are enjoying this. Smokey, why did you ask Woody? Is he here for a night or a duration when we first met?
Because I was your keeper other than God and Dad.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen what you went through. I seen T. I'm the only one who can call her T too. I seen T go through a lot raising 3 kids, relationship with 2 guys, but you can't tell nobody who to love when not to love. You let people go through their moment. And I've been through the same thing. So I said, man, it's got another boyfriend. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check this one out. I should have did the first 2 one like that,
Yeah, because I only technically had 3 boyfriends in my life. Now I
but
don't
see,
sit around.
I stayed away after that first one because it got me banned from the house for a minute. Well, anyway, we're gonna go away from that. So I said, dog, she said, what you got? It ain't Woody. So I go get a couple of haircuts first. And then after I finally meet him, he came to the house and we were playing cards, I think. Well,
I don't know. I wasn't there either.
Yeah, you wasn't there, Mary. You lived in the house.
So I walked in the house. I said, hey, I said, my son, what? I said, you here for the duration or you here for a short while? And he went, well, I guess I'm here for the duration. I said, you might have you something there. And the next thing I know, let me tell you something. It takes a real man or woman to raise somebody else's children.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Come on,
because you never know. You never know. But that's why I asked him that. But look at that, 26 years later.
26 years and counting.
Baby.
That's my man. We'll talk about that because everybody knows that our relationships don't start at the same.
Mhm.
But it's all about what you put in and what you get out of it. You got something to say, brother?
Hey, I love a good marriage.
You do?
Yeah.
Now
Glad
you know
you got
different.
it.
Now you know
I
different.
had one.
Okay.
I can be true to that now.
Yeah, but that's okay. You can marry again.
Uh-uh.
Oh, you want
I thought you decided not to marry.
Oh, now if I go by there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me tell you something. You don't always marry your first wife or husband. You don't always get them. And you don't always get a second chance either. But let me tell you something. I ain't called on name, but that first one I married, I'd have been dead now.
you're right.
I'd
You're
been dead.
right.
Well,
But
why you got her first one?
I try to help you with that marriage.
I know you did.
I did.
But you, like I said,
You got to go through on your own.
You got to go. When you,
No. When they was when we was in the elevator, going to the courthouse for him to get married.
You was there?
Yeah, I tried to make like I had that
you
trait.
were.
You had Tourette.
I showed out so bad, and I said, and when I started saying,
She actually did.
listen, when the people say if anybody see my should get married, I said, and the boy still said I do that.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
Yes, I did.
But I'm gonna tell you something.
I never knew you did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to look at it.
And she ain't lying.
I did it.
She ain't lying. She is not lying.
I tried
Oh my
it.
God! I
But-
never
but-
knew you did that. I heard
But
that.
let me tell
Oh
you
my
something.
God.
Through all that,
Oh,
I learned from
Oh,
her. And
Jesus.
it took me a while to realize that. But shoot, when I got that second chance to come back to the woman I should have married from the beginning,
But Ken laughing his butt
shoot,
off.
wasn't nobody gonna stop me from that one.
I can't.
Shoot, I know y'all some good women, but I don't think, and my mom is too. They don't make them better than that one.
You have to. You got to feel like that. I said,
Let me tell you, every like, I remember one time, and he said, "Man, don't no woman come before my mom." I said, "Boy, them lies."
Yeah.
He said, "What you mean?" I said, "Boy, my wife come before any woman."
yeah,
I said, "I'm not gonna not do for my mama, but my wife come first."
but you know where that comes from? That really comes from finding real love.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't say that because they really have not found real love in their spouse. And I know sometimes my husband doesn't like when I make this statement, but I make this statement to prove a point. That when we got married, I really married my husband, and I believe Angela says the same thing, out of obedience to God, because I knew without a shadow of a doubt that this was a marriage that was destined from heaven. And so because I knew it was a marriage destined for heaven, while I was attracted to him, I didn't know him. So, I tell people this, and I say this in all earnest, that I don't think that I was in love with him, but I knew that there was a love in my heart for him. And I would never forget the first 6 months of us being married, frustrated or whatever the case may be. Lord, what in the hell did I do? Yada, yada, yada. The Lord said to me, watch the dishes. He says, I did not give you what you wanted. I gave you what you needed. Because I did not understand at that time that what was in him was what I needed. While we had an amazing daddy that knew how to treat his girls, because of my own issues, my own low self-esteem, I did not allow a man to treat me the way my daddy told me that I should be treated. So I got pooped on and pissed on by men, not because of them, but because I allowed myself. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
I made it happen.
We gonna December, the whole month of December.
Are we gonna talk about
the
that?
Beat You to Talk show? The whole month of December is gonna be my sisters, and we're gonna talk about relationship. We're gonna talk about our marriage. We're gonna talk about things that we've been through,
Failed marriage,
failed marriage, and how we became the wives, the women, the sisters,
hardships
that we need to be. And so, though this is a good conversation, if we go here, we'll be here for another
2 hours.
2-3 hours, because we have the same stories. I married my husband after just dating 5 months. You married Clive after dating
6 weeks,
and then my sister had got married and she dated after what, 2
months, maybe 3.
Yeah, so we all had short engagement, but we all know that our marriage were called by God. Some people, but what people don't understand is that certain things are predicated. And if you don't do what God has told you to do, then you can forfeit.
You can forfeit it, absolutely.
And so that's what we feel happened to my sister marriage. But we do know
that's what I know
about.
happened to my marriage. Yes.
And we'll talk about that. So anyway, we're going to wrap that up. We're going to just go ahead because we don't keep you guys forever. We're going to let everybody do their little last remark round off. But I'm going to remind you guys to be at Embassy Church tomorrow at 12 for a live Beat You to Your Talk show. Everybody want to come, men, women, boy, girl, your mama, your sister, your auntie. Just come on out. Come to support me. Come to show love. Come just to get the name out. Beat You to Your Talk show. Let me say that one more again. Beat You to Your Talk show. Get that name out. Look for us all. And don't forget to Catch a Second Wind will be January 7th at 10 to 2. January 7th, Catch a Second Wind at True by Hilton. We just postponed it to a different date, but we didn't cancel it. And you still want to be there, okay? Apostle.
I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be adopted into this amazing family, and I think right it.
Yes, you sure do. You sure really do.
You sure do.
I felt like listening to you guys talk. I felt like I was there.
All the time.
I skipped the whooping, but I was there.
Oh, you got some chastisement for mama. You got some chastisement.
Try to get you can't get in there.
Yeah, anyway, we got Uncle Woody. The one I asked, was he gonna be here for the duration of the show time, but that's Angela's husband. You know,
Whitney said you said the same thing to Chris.
Oh, I did. When I was gonna say that, and I did say that to Chris, and Chris looked at me like I was retarded. Like, what little fella asking me that? But he don't know I was full of fire back then too. I wasn't limping and carrying on what I actually had.
But you know what I think? I don't feel like that we could have asked for, when it come down to y'all own personal need, what y'all need, what it requires to take care of the three of you. Ask for a better partner. Like if I had to handpick them, you know, I would have handpicked them hands down.
Oh, yeah.
I'm for that. Y'all know I always say this, I favor the guys. And so my brothers in love, it means the world to me, you know.
Girl, that's another story.
Yeah,
that we gonna talk about.
She swear our men's belong to her.
But they do, they really do, because I'm the big sister, you know, and so making me happy,
so they be having conversations, I don't be doing nothing about it.
But
not only that, she gonna come to their rescue.
Oh yeah.
Before she come to ours.
Oh yeah, because I know who they are.
Not only that, she take their side.
Yeah, because I know who they are.
She sure does.
Yeah, I do.
We ain't lying.
I know that they're not lying, and I'm not lying to you, because I know, and everybody think Sheila is a little quiet, little pious, little something. That's a raw lion. You know, this baby got so much fire in her. And we already know that this was thunderstorm by herself. So I have to, stop her from brewing up at my brother. Like, girl, come all the way down.
Yeah.
When it come out of my brother. And then Chandra, she a little feisty or something. She may
Now
see
that
me-
was one. That's something you'll be surprised. Don't-
Sister don't play.
Don't.
Look at her. Over there acting like Smokey Jr. She over there fussing. She got her husband name. Her husband finna get on this table and frost another cake because she in there in that kitchen. Listen.
Let me tell you about my sister-in-law, honey. She may be quiet, but she'll get you together
By her name.
She sure will.
Just a look or just a certain, not even saying nothing. You know what she means. Don't let her fool you.
Yes, sir.
Apostle, before we go, tell us a little bit about each one of us, like what you see in us, like who are we to the family, to what? And
You been around long enough.
So Milton was always the one that he was always like a support for me. Always got my back. I could run to Milton. Junior, yeah, he's tough. Junior is the complete opposite, man. Junior, you rough me up sometimes.
Yeah,
But not anymore, though, right, babe?
No, not anymore. We're good. No, I mean like in a good way. not
Right,
a good way.
yeah.
Mary, even before you and I got married, Mary was just always there. She, I think she played a role in me stop hiding those ladies' shoes. She's like, you can't be doing that. Like, you're gonna be my sister.
Like I said, you gotta grow up. I said, because that's not who she is.
Do that.
You can't embarrass her.
Yeah. And this one always be like, no matter what I be trying to do, she always be giving me the eye. She's like, I see you, But I love what I love is I'm glad that Angie and I had our differences in the beginning, because I learned real quick that she was a straight shooter. And when we got close, we got even closer because of that. And I really did appreciate that. And like you guys really, I felt like I have a hard time trying to find out when I even got into the family, because I felt like I was always there.
you always say that.
Can I ask you a question? How do you feel knowing that that we this big family, and not only that you're her husband, you are a brother, but at the same time you have spiritual watch care over us? Do you find it hard to put that in its right perspective?
To be honest,
Truly,
at first I was intimidated with you because of the roles that you had in my life. You was always the one that was straightening me up. And nobody ever knew when this one. She'd be pulling you aside and straightening you up, and I'm like, man, I know I gotta pass her. So I was intimidated by that.
But I had and sorry for cutting you, but I always had great respect for you, and the God in you, I know that it was for me. You might have married my sister, but for it's my spiritual growth, I knew whatever you had locked up, it was for me. And so now I'm seeing you as our brother, as my sister husband, my mom, fourth, because you came last, her fourth son. Now you have this role, like whenever we need to be chastised, and you never had a problem with that. Now you stand in this role that, okay, now I got to chastise them,
And with this one, with Pastor, and I always felt like I had to bring my A game, because she always gave me the sense that I'm keen. I'm going to pick up on this. If you're not stepping right, and she was always. I was always like, even when sometimes I would try not to preach, because I knew if I slip up, she gonna be the one that like why you said that, why you went there. And so I was a little bit intimidated, like.
But now
you don't feel like that.
No, of course not.
Of
course he don't. Not my brother. But now,
and I wanted to say something. I always wanted to thank you for this. I always want to thank you, Angie, and I don't think I ever did personally thank you. Growing up, I never really had a birthday party. And I remember when we had a birthday club, and you insisted, and you did that setup for the birthday party for me. and that was my first time. I don't remember how old I was, but that meant a lot to me to have that birthday party. And I always knew that, you know, like you always have this gift with designing, and you always like the finer things. You know, I still like my Mercedes.
Me too, baby. You heard him, baby. The
I
Mercedes?
did, yeah, I did, but I did it privately. It was just like it took me a long time to really like kind of grasp it and say, man, I really actually had a birthday party and the celebration, all this stuff. I remember everything I got.
That's good.
I remember, yeah,
I'm
He
say
never had
something.
a
I'm gonna
party.
get ready to go. People don't realize
yeah,
we before we mess over you, we want to deal with you because we love hard.
Mhm.
And that came from like we go to Alabama. We 1,100, 900 miles away from our cousins in Alabama and stuff on both sides of our family. But we see each other. When we see each other, we talk to each other like we've been. She had a problem with it, like she said, she felt like she wasn't welcome there. And I used to always tell her, I said, hey man, stop thinking that. Everybody up here care for you just like they care for me. They just don't know you that well because you don't talk. I said, if you're having a problem about it, let me know.
Yeah.
I said, but everybody love you. You'll lure us through whatever. We just love hard like that. And you be around our cousin in Alabama. They like that. That's where we was brought up. And I tell people all the time, and I said, I know to talk to you within 5 minutes.
yeah.
Where I should talk to you ever again in life. My mother-in-law told my wife one time, talking about, you know, Adolf a good candidate for kidnapping.
Yeah, because you talk to everybody.
It's because he don't meet no
Yeah, I
strangers.
forget you.
I don't meet no strangers.
Me too.
I make people speak to me.
Yeah.
I don't care what color you are, whatever. I
Me
make
Yeah, that's
people.
from them.
That's why I tell everybody, I said, man, let me tell you something. On my Facebook page, I tell people, speak to someone because you never know how it's going to change your life or their life just by saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. You can say good morning to somebody can be thinking about taking their own life or doing something and change
Yeah,
the whole
so
process
true.
of everything. Yeah. That's why I say people need to talk, man, you don't do this. I said, man, I ain't got time to be mad, boy. Now, I'm going to tell you something now. Before I brought a kid in this world, I was a totally different person. But when you make somebody like them people be saying on Facebook, when you make somebody and then that somebody got to rely on you, you grow up fast. And then if you already got love in you, you're going to super grow. Now you got somebody else to love other than yourself. You can't be worried about what you looking like. You got to be worried about what them other little rats, crumb scratchers got to eat you, you know. Because I married a woman with 3 kids. But that was a package deal.
Right.
So when my children was coming up,
Yeah.
I worked at 2 full-time jobs for 6 years. Know why I did that? Not because I had to. My wife was making more money than me. I said, oh, no, that ain't gonna work. So I did what I felt like, and still hustled and did side job on the side. You have to do in life whatever you have to do within the law to provide for your family and teach them how to love each other.
What you want to tell them before you leave, though?
I love y'all.
Okay.
I want to say this about Woody though. Woody, I felt like when I met Woody, it was just like bam from day one. And I always saw Woody as the kind of person where I don't even want to be an adult around him. I just want to be like somebody with a notebook, man, because anything I ask Woody, he got the answer, man. And I feel comfortable actually calling him Uncle Woody because
Me too.
I actually look up to him like that. And Uncle Woody, keep it up, man.
But see, the same way that you feel about him, in that sense, he feels the same way about you spiritually. I think that what I want to say is it my turn to say something?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say something before Junior leave. Don't go nowhere. But this is another segment we're gonna talk about the sisters. When he said that the family in Alabama loved me, not all of them did, but they probably do now.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know the story. You know, I was told that I wasn't my daddy's child. And some people treated me like that, and some people still have a residue of that story. And so we have to deal with those things. But the thing is not to let that stop me from being who I am. The last time I was in Alabama, God told me to stop saying the word favorite. So I don't say I have favorite cousins anymore. But because he showed to me, he's like, How do that make you feel? Feeling like you're not loved.
Mhm.
So how do you think you make other people feel when you say that someone else is your favorite? So we'll talk about that. Go ahead, O'Brien.
But can I say this first? I believe, I remember O'Brien said in the last 2.5 years, we probably got extremely close.
Mhm.
I believe in the last 2.5 years, we have really matured.
Mhm.
We have really grown up, because I think the closeness and the love was always there.
Mhm.
But the maturity and the respect that we hold for each other, even our brothers in love, I always loved them. I think I love them with a greater love, if my love can get greater, because over the years they have not proven they have proven themselves not on to me but to you guys. Their love, their commitment. I'm talking about you too, Chandra. Their commitment to each and every one of you, so that make our love that much stronger. We didn't wake up and decide, because we know sisters and brothers hate each other, don't even talk to each other. But we made a every day. If I don't hear from them, we're texting each other. And finally, we have made a group chat where the boys is in on it, that we can talk to each other every day. Love, you have to cultivate love. And I believe that's what we do on a daily basis.
My nephew Kenny said, okay, now. He said, now everyone said something about their favorite nephew, me.
Ken is not my nephew, Ken my son.
I don't have no favorite.
Yeah, I don't have no favorite. I think all their children belongs to me.
Yeah, they do.
I think that out of all our children,
Wait a minute.
I'm the favorite auntie.
You probably do. That's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, O'Brien had something to say. Didn't we just say the Holy Ghost said we're not gonna do that favorite thing? But he
But I'm
didn't
just
tell
saying,
you.
auntie. Yeah,
go ahead.
that's right, auntie.
Go ahead, O'Brien.
Oh,
You forgot what you were gonna say?
No, I'm thinking to myself, those are her kids, so she can say it about her children. I'm actually the favorite auntie. But anyway,
Just saying that.
what I was going to say is that, again, I do think in these lives, we've always, like I said, we grew up close, because whether we wanted to or not, we didn't have any other choice. But now we have a choice. As adults, we're mature, we're older, we're wiser, and we've chosen to have this closeness. But I believe, and I think I can say this for all 5 of us, including our brothers and sisters in love, I believe the thing has allowed our love to be still. We're not just brothers and sisters, we are friends.
We're friends.
We act the fool, we play the fool, we laugh, we joke with each other, we talk about each other, we get on the phone and we talk about each other. We're like, you saw that haircut, that's what we do. We are friends, and I think that friendship. And I say this about my husband all the time. My husband is, and this is right here, you say it. But my husband, I don't have outside of them. I have people that I love, and I make them my super wife. But my husband is my very best friend. Today, I kind of felt like sidebar. I kind of felt like me last night. He came home, he walked through the door, he went to bed, he got up, he got ready for work. He didn't wake me up and talk to me. And then when he leaves, he gives me a kiss on the cheek. I'm like, what is wrong with him? Why is
Say sidebar. Say that for what you finna say.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that I think that friendship, and I say that so when you don't get that, it makes you feel some kind of way. So when I don't feel that camaraderie of a friendship from our brothers and sisters, I'm feeling, some kind of way. And I think the fact that we get that now, we understand that now. So it's important to us to maintain not just a sisterhood and a brotherhood, for us to maintain a friendship. And I'm going to tell you why. The Bible says a friend sticks closer than who? A friend will be before a brother would. So right now, while I love that they're my siblings, I'd rather have them.
Don't leave y'all before we get our children on here. Come on, say something. Don't forget to say something about the children. What you want to say about y'all? We know y'all.
And y'all are the most amazing children.
Whitney, you act like
Yeah, we
you act like me.
Yes.
Morgan, you act like me. Aaron, you act like him. Okay.
We've been blessed. with some
Yeah.
good people.
Aaron, you got
Damon, Grant,
Milton,
Lady
Michelle,
Brianna.
birthday.
okay.
Love
And
you.
Rachel,
Rachel that's one of mine.
she's very
She's
creative.
very spoiled.
She's extremely creative.
She's very creative.
I think she's so creative. She have it out.
So we want to teach her how to make cakes.
So that's it, y'all.
All right.
We love our
Love
our
you
kids.
kids. You know we love y'all
Yeah.
like food.
We're
It
doing
wouldn't be no us without y'all.
we don't have no kids. None of our kids talk back to us. Our kids raise their hands to us. None of I don't know about my kids. It's a next raise their voice at me. He ain't gotta raise his voice when he be like, when he talk like this, he want to yell at me. He say, I know. He stretch his word because he dare not raise the volume because I'm so up.
We help mold y'all into the y'all are as well. It's hard raising our parents.
That sounds like something your cousin Morgan.
I know that's Whitney.
That is Whitney.
Anyway, y'all, I think we've been on here 2 hours. We got to go. We've been here 2 hours.
We should come back.
If you want to see us again, I will say that. Drop it down there. We're gonna come back. Keep in mind, next December you're gonna have all of them. All December talking about family. So stay tuned.
Yep, we gotta go to Georgia because he won't be here.
Okay, we can tap him in.
Oh, yeah,
Y'all think this was video see us on 60th birthday? We're gonna show out that
It's-
night.
You already.
Watch them out.
Hey, you 60.
you 61.
Oh yeah, because y'all 2 years apart. He's
Yeah.
60. But I'm gonna say this right here. For us to be the age that
We look
we
good.
look good.
All right.
We
We're gonna go for real, y'all. Thank you for sitting with us. A great job.
See you later.
Remember, in everything you do, always
Be true to you.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I gotta get up now for real.
Just stood up.